Conservation of momentum. I taken two objects to make you understand how we can derive. This is object 1 and this is object 2, and the initial velocity is u1 and object second initial velocity is u2, and the mass are m1 and m2 respectively. We know that momentum is equal to m into v, means mass of an object into velocity of an object. If we calculate the momentum of object 1, then we get m1 plus m1 into u1, and if we add the momentum of second object, then we get m2 into u2. This is the initial momentum before the collision. After that, the objects are collide and then they repel to each other, and the final momentum will be m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Here v1 is the final velocity of object 1 and v2 is the final velocity of object 2. And if we have to calculate the acceleration of the first object, then we can calculate it very easily by v1 minus v2 upon t. We know that acceleration is equal to change in velocity per unit time. Now we know that according to the second law of motion, force is equal to mass into acceleration of an object. Now we are going to calculate the F1. F1 is the force exerted by body 1 on the body 2. Here the mass is m2 and the acceleration produced in the body 2 is v2 minus u2 upon t. And similarly we can calculate the F2. What is F2? F2 is the force exerted by body 2 on the body first. We can calculate it very easily. Now according to the third law of motion, we know that each action there is equal and opposite reaction. Here, so we can put, it means that F1 is equal to negative of F2, because we know that each action there is equal and opposite reaction. Opposite, due to the opposite in nature, we get minus sign here. Now we put here and simplify it, and we can cancel t from t, and we get m2 v2 minus m2 u2 is equal to minus m1 v1 plus m1 u1. When we rewrite it, then we get m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m2 u2 plus m2 m1 v1. This is the initial momentum and this is the final momentum. In this way we can prove that initial momentum of an object is always equal to the final momentum of an object with the help of second law and third law of motion.